everyone, my name is Jordyn and today I'll be taking you through another 30-minute fit flow. You'll need a set or two of dumbbells. You can also use some cans of food, water bottles. You can also use your body weight. That is a great resource if you don't have any. It works just as well. You can get water whenever you'd like throughout practice today. Take a child's pose. Do whatever feels best in your body. This is not a typical flow yoga class, cue after cue. You have time to take for yourself and do whatever feels best for you. So if there's a cue or a pose or posture you don't feel is working for you today, do something else. If you've been watching my videos, I'm sure you've seen a lot of different modifications, poses. So just take whatever feels best for you today. With that, we'll get started in a child's pose. Bringing big toes to touch, taking the knees wide to open up the hips or close together to stretch out the low back. And we'll start to walk the hands out, resting the forehead down. Finding a sense of groundness through the forehead, through the palms, the tops of the feet. And as you start to center into yourself, start to notice all the things about you. Your feelings right now, emotions, the way your body feels. What your mind is telling you. Just noticing how you see yourself now. And then noticing how you see yourself, for example, when you look in a mirror or when you're looking at someone else. We're conditioned to see a physical object. So that's probably what came to your mind. I know, that's what I thought of, just like me in the mirror, like a physical human being. But today, switching our mindset, instead of seeing a physical structure, seeing the lights and energy, positive radiance just bursting out. So when you look at yourself or when you look at someone else, not viewing them as a structure, but more of this gift of life. The gift of life that we give others and that others give us. On your next inhale, start to walk the hands forward, keeping the hips on top of the knees. Coming into a puppy dog pose, either dropping the forehead or the chin to the mat, stretching out the upper back. And slowly start to walk the hands back underneath of the shoulders, pressing up into tabletop. And then we'll tuck the toes under, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Relaxing out the jaw, the muscles in the face, the shoulders. Pressing the heels down towards the mat as you lengthen the tailbone up towards the sky. On your next inhale, roll out to a high plank, shoulders over wrists. And we usually do these wrist stretches in cat-cow, but we're going to do them in high plank. So taking the feet a little bit wider, about mat's width distance for more stability, and then we'll flip the fingers around to face us. So moving back and forth. And if this just isn't working, feel free to drop your knees. And if you would rather keep the fingers on in the right direction, fingers pointed forward, just start to rock back and forth. Just opening up the wrists, putting some pressure in the fingers, feeling all those sensations. Lighting up the shoulders, the wrists, and the belly. And if you brought your feet out, bring them back underneath of you. And on your exhale, lower everything to the mat. Bringing arms down around our sides. And on our next inhale, raising chin and chest, feet and shins. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift up, rise up. Exhale, release. Now take the arms out in front of you. Palms facing in. And same thing again. Inhale, rise up. Lift everything off. Staying here, engaging the glutes. Raising those arms up to the ears. And exhale, release back down. Pressing up through high plank or tabletop on your inhale. And exhale, shifting hips back into down dog. We'll take a deep breath in, filling the belly, the sides of the lungs, top of the chest. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale once more, fill up. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, gaze to the top. Exhale, step or float feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Reach those arms up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, palms plant, step back to high plank. Lower halfway or all the way down on your exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, shoot it long, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow and hold. Move the right knee up just a bit higher towards that tricep. And then straighten out the right leg, set it down on the ground. And inhale that left arm up for fallen star. On your next inhale, lowering the hips to the mat. And exhale, pressing up, reaching through those fingers. Inhale, lowers you down. Exhale, press it up. We'll take 4, 3, 2, 1. Left palm plants. Draw that right knee in towards your chest. And then step right foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Staying for a breath in, sinking those hips down, pulling those arms back, reaching up through the fingers. And exhale as you step the left foot to the top of the mat, drawing the left knee into chest, crossing left knee over right knee once or twice. You can wrap the left foot around. Keeping the arms up overhead, just these eagle legs. Staying for the breath in, sink those hips lower. And exhale as you straighten both legs out, unwind. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, palms plant, step or float, feet to the back. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, shoot it long. Exhale, knee to elbow and hold. Draw the left knee up just a bit higher towards that right shoulder. And straighten out the left leg, place it on the ground. Inhale that right arm up, fallen star. Inhale as you sink the hips to the mat. And exhale, press and reach. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach up, lift up. Exhale, place right palm down. Hug this left knee in towards your chest. Plant the left foot at the top of the mat. And inhale rises you up to crescent. Feeling expansion, open up the chest. Planting the left foot into the mat, drawing right knee into chest. Sinking hips back, crossing right knee over left. And maybe right ankle around the left shin. Sinking lower as you open up, reach up. And straighten the legs and unwind. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, palms plant, step it back. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, gaze as you forward. Exhale, step or float feet to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand it up, high mountain. Reach and expand. Exhale, brings hands through heart center. We'll grab a set of our weights. Right foot will find the mat. Bring left knee up into chest. And coming back into those eagle legs. Left knee wraps around the right knee once, or you can wrap the left foot around the right shin. Hands will be either at heart center, shoulder height, or down by your sides. And on our inhale, we'll start to sink those hips lower. And exhale, straighten just a couple inches. Inhale, lower. And exhale, up. Finding balance in that right foot, all four corners grounded. And these squats are more like pulses. You're going up and down just a tiny bit. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, straighten out those legs. Right foot will be planted, left toes extend behind into crescent. I'm going to drop one of the weights for this. You have the option of keeping both or one weight in both of the hands. Reaching the arms overhead. On your inhale, start to hinge at the hips, drawing this weight out towards the front. And exhale, rise back up to crescent. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, rise. So just moving back and forth here. As you press up through that left hamstring and light that back leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Open it up to the side, facing the left side of your room. Put a bend into this right knee. So a little lateral side lunge. I'm going to pick up this other weight. You will really only need the weight in the left hand. We'll keep this bend the entire time, but we'll drop the left weight to the inside of the right foot and then extend this left arm up overhead. Inhale, drop it down, and exhale, press. And this right weight is optional. You can keep it rested on your thigh. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out that right leg. Shake it out. And now put a bend back into it, but this time sinking the hips all the way down. Bringing those left toes to point up towards the sky. You can stay up on these right toes, or you can drop the heel to the mat if that is comfortable for you. And we'll take the arms out to a T. I don't know if I can do it with these weights, but preferably if you have lighter weights, this is the time to pick them up. We'll be coming into flying monkey, but with pulsing arms. So I'll try it for a little bit. But start to hover the chest over the mat. Take the arms out to T. I'm just gonna drop them so I can talk. And then start to pulse with the weights up and down. Keeping the Elbows up at shoulder height. Weights up at shoulder height also. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the weights down inside of this right foot. And then start to pivot onto those back left toes, facing the front of your mat. And we'll walk the hands over to the top left corner of our mat. We're going to be coming into wide-armed lizard push-ups, but with one arm. So that's a big handful right there. And you always have the option of dropping this left knee. But we're going to come into it with one arm. And if you want a little more challenge besides the one arm, you can have this right hand have a weight and press the right hand to the back of your low back. And on your exhale, lower the chest to the mat. Inhale as you press up. Exhale, lower down. So trying to put as much weight as you can into this left arm instead of the right leg. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the left knee down. Bring this weight off to the side of your mat. Come high onto those left toes, planting the palms. Stepping this right foot back. And now we'll come into some plank jacks, or you can have the option of tapping feet out side to side. But if you want a little more cardio, start to jump the feet out to about max width distance, and then jump it back in. So moving back and forth. I don't usually add a lot of cardio into these, but I decided to try it out to make it different today. So bringing shoulders on top of those wrists, pressing through all 10 fingers for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it to the top of your mat. Heels are in, toes are out. Sinking hips down into Malasana. Bring hands to heart center. Pressing the elbows up against the knees, opening up the inner thighs, maybe rotating back and forth. Plant the palms down, lift those hips up. Heel toe the feet in. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe it out. Stand up, high mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll grab our weights and do the other side. So left foot is planted at the top of our mat. Grounding down, raising the right knee up into our chest. Crossing once or twice into eagle legs. Bringing weights to wherever is most comfortable. On your inhale, lower hips down just a smidge. Exhale, press it up. Keeping the chest expansive as you lift through the crown of the head. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind the legs, straighten them out. And then dropping one weight if you choose to have just one in your hand. Left foot is at the back, stepping the right toes back. Into crescent. Arms reach overhead with or without a weight. And on your inhales, you reach and extend forward through your tailbone. And exhale, rise up to crescent. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, rise up. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Rise it up, open it up to the right side of your room. I'm gonna face this way. Grabbing that weight if you want to have it. Heel toe those feet out. And then putting a bend into that left knee. Right hand finds the inside of the left foot. And exhales, you straighten the right arm and press it up. Inhale, drop the weight down. Exhale, press it up. Keeping a bend into this left knee. Drawing it just over, on top of the ankle. Driving it out and away from you. Also feeling a stretch in the inner left thigh. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, straighten the left leg. Now put a deep bend into the left knee, sinking those hips down. And finding a comfortable spot so that you can hover your chest on top of the mat, taking those arms out to the side with or without the weights. And then pulsing up and down in flying monkey. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the weights down. Spin onto the right toes, facing the front of your mat. I know I'm a little backwards. And then walking the hands over to the top right corner of your mat. This time we'll have the right palm planted, doing the push-ups. So option to grab a weight with your left hand, placing it behind the low back. And on your next inhale, stay here. And exhale, drop the chest to the mat. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, lowers you down. Trying to place as much weight as you can into this right arm. Engaging that right leg, pulling the hamstring up towards the sky. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it up, release that weight. I'm gonna move back around, spin around, framing the left foot. And then stepping the left foot back into high plank. Coming back into those plank jacks. You can either tap the feet out side to side or add a little cardio, jumping feet out to mats width distance and jumping back in. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the feet up to Malasana, sinking hips back and down. And now a little bit more cardio. You can stay here in Malasana, totally your call. Or if you want to go from Malasana to jumping up, reaching for the ceiling, and then dropping the hips back down into Malasana. So jumping up and down. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in this Malasana, take a deep breath in, filling the chest with new air. Exhale, empty out. Then planting the palms back, stepping the feet into high plank. And exhale as you lift hips up into downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths, or option to grab a drink of water. We'll drop the knees to the mat whenever you're finished with your break. And we'll make our way into a boat So getting grounded into those sits bones, opening up through the chest, not collapsing the lungs. Bringing feet up, toes pointed back, shins are about parallel to the ground. Opening up. Inhale as you lower down to low bow, keep everything to a hover. And exhale, rise up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay everything down to the mat. Experiencing stillness here as you bring awareness back to your breath. Our life force that gets us through this practice, and also our days when times get stressful or anxious, coming back to the breath and just taking 3 deep breaths, focusing on the inhales and the exhales, full way in and out. Slowly bring knees into chest, start to rock and roll the length of your mat. Coming up into a seat. And coming onto hands and knees into tabletop position. On your next inhale, raising right arm up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. And exhale as you thread the needle under the left arm, dropping down to your right shoulder. Press into the left palm, re-extend that right arm up. And exhale, place it on the mat. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, threading the needle, falling onto that left shoulder. Press into the right palm, extend the arm high. And exhale, left palm finds the mat. We'll spin onto our sits bones, opening up to the side of your mat, so into a wide-legged position. And once you get settled, take a deep breath in as you fill up. Lengthen out through the spine. And exhale as you start to walk the hands forward. Maybe it's with a flat back, maybe it's rounded. But just coming into a wide-legged forward fold that feels best for you. And not caring what the pose actually looks like. Like the same thing I talked about before. Maybe if you start to view yourself as what you look like in a yoga pose, switching the mindset into that's not what matters. What matters is how beautiful your soul is, and the light you're shining out from this posture you're in. Start to walk the hands back up, bringing knees together, and start to roll down onto your back, hugging both knees in towards your chest. Tee out the arms to the side or to goalpost, and drop the knees over towards the right, taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale brings you through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left, gaze goes over the right fingertips. Inhale, bring everything through center. Wrap the hands around the shins. Give yourself a huge squeeze. Filling up with fresh air and a clear mind. And exhale, letting everything go. Letting a state of relaxation just flow over you. So starting with the heels, just visualize this flow of relaxation falling over you. All of that power you've created throughout this practice, physically and mentally. It's all still there, but just let it relax. Let your mind come to stillness. And then once you've found this relaxation and stillness, start to tell yourself 3 things that you like about yourself, and not physically, all mentally and emotionally and spiritually. About how you bring positive energy into the room. About how your smile makes someone's day. Not caring about what our physical structure is, but more how we go about our days and bring our positive energy to everyone in our life. On your next inhale, filling up, last breath before our final relaxation. And exhale, empties you out into Shavasana. Feel free to pause the video here to continue this state of relaxation. Start to bring awareness back into the body and the breath. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Extending arms overhead, full body stretch. And hugging knees in towards your chest, falling onto your favorite side into a fetal position. A pose that represents new beginnings, new life. So whenever you're taking this class, whether it be in the morning, middle of the day, or nighttime, just realizing that you have the power to start over, fresh new slate, new experiences, new energy, being mindful from here on out, and using this yoga practice to make our days even better. Slowly start to rise up into a seated position, bringing hands to heart center, closing down those eyes. Sitting here for one breath. Feeling the thumbs press up against your heart. Inhale as you extend those arms overhead. And exhale, pulling hands to heart center and bowing into ourselves as we seal our practice in Namaste.